caught the entire fourth quarter. So, and I TiVo'd the game or DVR'd it, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Is that still a thing now?
TiVo still exists somewhere.
Wow. Okay. All right.
But I
Shannon.
DVR'd it, so I rewatched it. I think a couple days later with my mom. But I caught the fourth quarter. Man, oh man. Dak was just so money in that fourth quarter. Him and Brandon Cooks finally get that connection that I've been waiting for all season long. And again, it's a new offense. That's what a lot of people seem to keep overlooking. It's not the entire Kellen Moore playbook revamped in Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer's image. No, this is kind of a new. There's some similar concepts from last year,
right.
But for the most part, it's a new, updated West Coast offense that they haven't been running. So I want to believe that after the bye week on, that we're going to see a more efficient offense. They'll work out the kinks. The offensive line is finally whole, but they still have to play together. They still have to gel together. This is the first time we've had a fully intact, no backups offensive line since 2021. The wild card loss to the 49ers is the last time all five of our original guys have been together, and the first time they were together was in the San Francisco game.
That's true. Yep.
This season, and they got blasted. And the second time was this Charger game. They still gave up 4 sacks, but the return of Dak Prescott, the runner, I've been waiting for that guy to show up for a while,
right?
Because he was there in the playoff game against the Bucs. Again, the Dak, I stand on this. The Dak Prescott you saw in that Bucs playoff game, you can win a Super Bowl with that guy. You can't convince me otherwise.
I believe that.
He accounted for 5 touchdowns in that game. And everyone who wants to say, yeah, it was the Bucs and Tom Brady was washed. That was the same Buck team that held the Cowboys to 3 points earlier in the season. So I'm not trying to hear that. And that was in Dallas. Steve, get him going, man. You know what I mean? Don't get me started.
Yeah, there you go.
Steve was looking for it. You know what I mean? But like I said, so it was a great win. I'm glad we pulled it out. We're now 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't say that with your boy.
I know what you.
Yeah, you know how it really felt. Yeah. You know how it really felt. You know what I mean? I'm a professional. Yeah. I can keep it cordial. I have a lot of homies that are Eagle fans.
I get it.
And likewise, I don't know if you have too many homies that are Patriot fans.
I know they're fraudulent. That's for sure. They've only been fans ever since the last 15 years or so.
Shout out to JR. Shout out to Jim Ross. But no,
what's her name again? Dinaj?
Shout out to Dinaj. I have no idea why she's a Patriot fan. I haven't asked her. Believe it or not, I haven't asked her yet. But I will next time I'm under review. I'm going to ask her. I'm like, where did this come from? And don't say Tom Brady.
Bandwagon. That's the only excuse. That's the only, because I don't know her. Respectfully, but I don't know if she's also a Red Sox fan and a Celtics fan or anything like that. We'll find out. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just, I'm speculating, but I'm calling bandwagon.
Bandwagon on the play.
Yeah.
So
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Easily. So very excited to see what we do in this bye week, if we can take that win and grow from it. And again, the NFC is beautiful in the sense that all the teams, I mentioned it in previous episodes, everybody's going to play everybody. You know what I mean? All, the Lions, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles, we all play each other. So by the time the tournament comes around, Hunger Games as I call it, as soon as that rolls around, we'll know exactly where everybody stands, and we'll know where the seedings are, and we'll know if guys can match up. You know what I mean? Because that's when it gets real.
Now, earlier on in the season, with the throttling they've been giving to the Giants and then all these other teams, you were talking your ish. You were really talking your ish. But but not to call you out or anything like that, but I noticed a little bit of trepidation in your tone going on forward now. So, I mean, how concerned are you going forward with the season? Because I'm looking at the schedule right now. You definitely have some winnable games. You're going to have some tough games because division, games are always going to be tough no matter how trash the other team is.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this, you guys got back-to-back. I mean, you got first you got the Rams coming up, and then you got the Eagles, and then the Giants, and then the Panthers, and then the Commanders. That's almost division games back to back almost.
Yeah, you know what kind of slapped me back into reality was when we laid an egg against Arizona.
I see.
Because it's like, all right, Chris Broussard. I'm not like he's a clown of the week candidate for sure.
No.
But he mentioned and now it's Doctor now. Yeah, he's definitely a candidate. Yo, Steve on the board shows violence. I like that Steve's spicy. I like that he's spicy.
Emotional damage.
For real, like honestly, all jokes aside, I think that he summed it up best. There's a handful of teams that are S-Bob, Super Bowl or bust every year. Mm-hmm. And with our roster, you would think we're in that conversation. With that being said, he also mentioned there are a handful of teams that on any given Sunday, and I'm not talking about Jamie Foxx and Oliver Stone.
Right.
On any given Sunday, they can play that F game. Mm-hmm. And we are notorious, even in the Jason Garrett years with that clown, and now in the Mike McCarthy era, we love playing our F game against bad teams, man. And sometimes we get away with it. We'll play an F game and then we'll F around and still win.
Well, the thing is,
we'll turn around and lose.
Well, the thing is about Mike McCarthy. Excuse me, I almost said Mark. But
That'd been something.
Yeah, Freudian slip.
Mark.
Yeah, but anyway, Mike McCarthy. I mean, yeah, he's been a head coach in the NFL for a number of years now.
Yeah,
like a couple of decades already. And he does have that Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that for quite some time, it seems like winning is the ultimate deodorant, because good thing that he has that Super Bowl championship to back him up, because one of the things that's been following him and plaguing him for a long time is his play calling abilities. I mean, it's been questionable. His offenses are good. It's just that for some reason in the postseason and some important games and games you're not supposed to lose, a la Arizona, the play calling has been come into question. I mean, that's like when it comes to a Cowboy loss, that always has to be thrown in as a factor. It's the play calling. Well, as Mark McCarthy is concerned.
Well, you're right. You're right. I'm not running from that. I think this first quarter of the season, they were kind of feeling things out. Like again, and this is why I hate the preseason, and I kind of understand the preseason. Right? Like, yeah, you kind of don't want your stars to play because you don't want a senseless ACL injury in a meaningless game. However, look at Joe Burrow. He's somebody that could have used some preseason because he's just beginning to find his footing with Jamar Chase in their offense.
Right.
But those first 4 games, they've been hot garbage. They've been trash. They've been trash. Like, is that trash? Is it ready, Steve? That'd be great. Yeah. So it's just like he's. There we go. One more. Try. Joe, I'm telling you. So I really think that they've been kind of feeling things out with this offense. I want to believe because McCarthy does have a good track record after the bye week, and later in the season, he has one of the highest career win percentages in December when games are really important for getting into the playoffs or playoff seeding. So typically, McCarthy teams play their best ball toward the end of the season into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that mid-season to the end of the season, I want to believe that the connection with Cooks is going to be better. I want to believe that the connection with Gallup is going to figure itself out. CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 receiver. That hasn't changed. Yeah. And I'm glad they finally realized we should probably target him more this game. And he had a monster game, over 117 yards. He went off. Him and Keenan Allen is like basically CeeDee knew Keenan Allen was on the other side. Yeah. Yo, he's about to ball out. I better ball out because I want to swap jerseys at the end of the game, but I want to have a win. And he did. Yep. So the offense, I expect the offense, barring injury, as always. That's always the caveat with anything. Right. Barring injury, I expect the offense to be better. I expect for McCarthy to have a better idea of what works with Dak, and for Dak to be better because the spotlight's still on Rain Dakota Prescott, first of his name.
That's correct.
Got to say the whole thing like a Trout Call. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like he still has to continue to grow and assert himself as, all right, I'm not gonna be whack 100 Prescott anymore. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show up.
Yeah, whack Jones.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm gonna show up and show out here because again, I'm playing for that money. I'm playing for a new contract, so I gotta show up.
Marvelous.
Right.
Yes, Sirski.
I love it.
Get another one of those because we miss you.
Marvelous.
Love you, Marv.
Yeah, shout out to him and shout out to Osei. Big week with Thundercats. Just want to put that out there.
Oh yeah, shout out to Osei.
Yeah.
Osei. You gotta say it like Latin based. Like Osei.
Osei. Osei. Ole. Anyway, but But as far as like the Chargers on the other side of the field,
Yeah.
So I mean, I know that this was something that you had circled around your calendar because of Kellen Moore. Because you every time you spew his name out of your mouth, it's like you want to gag.
Yeah. You've seen the clips.
Yeah, we all have. and also like as far as the Chargers go, I mean, it just I don't know how Brandon Staley still has a job because he's easily one of the worst, if not the worst, head coach in the league. I mean, it's just I feel so bad for Justin Herbert that he is a transitional talent. He's definitely an elite quarterback. He has the arm strength, he has the height, he has the athleticism, everything, and he's just being wasted with that trash team and the trash coaching.
I'll give you some five. We need 5 more trashes. Load them up, Steve.
And then also the OC, which you're not too fond of anyway.
No.
Hey, yo.
No.
But it's one of those things where I love Justin Herbert. I love watching him play, but watching him on that team is just I mentioned earlier that Dak Prescott is kind of going to be like Phillip Rivers. Maybe it's going to be like a same thing for Justin Herbert, especially due to the fact that he's a Charger as well.
Yeah. No, so there's a stat. I got to pull this up. I'll find it. Yes. So, one of my favorite segments. I introduced it last episode.
Oh yes.
Keep that same energy.
Yes.
So give me 2 more marvelous. That's how we're gonna intro it. And a savage. If you got a savage back there, that'd be great too. There we go. This is what we call this episode of Keep That Same Energy is brought to you by First Class Second Place Podcast, as well as the U-Goboy podcast, streaming on all digital platforms. So, Yahtzee. So, on today's episode of Keep That Same Energy, we're gonna focus on former Oregon starting quarterback for the LA Chargers, Justin Herbert, and all his great hair. All right. So, quick stat. And this is particularly for the clown networks and the clown take shows and the hot take fake shows. All right, talking directly to y'all as always. According to my man DOV Kleiman, I follow him on Twitter or X, whatever we're gonna call it. He always drops nuggets on there. So DOV, love you, though. So Chargers QB Justin Herbert has 13 career interceptions in the fourth quarter of one-score games.
Wow.
Let me say that one more time.
Yes.
Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert has 13 career interceptions in the fourth quarter of one-score games. Wow. Now,
sounds like a jet QB.
That sounds very... That sounds very Hackenberg-esque.
Oh, the pain.
Goodness gracious. That's a lot of interceptions, kids. Boys and girls,
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Boys and girls, can you say interception?
Pipe bomb.
Give me another pipe bomb. Shout out to Punk. Love you, dog. Bro, so that G word, I mention it on my show all the time.
Yes.
And you know where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Generational. Justin Herbert's supposed to be the generational quarterback club. With the Joe Burrows and the Jalen Hurts is a generational quarterback now. A guy who has the same stats as Tyrod Taylor career-wise. But I digress. Generational quarterback Justin Herbert with 13 picks in the fourth quarter of one-score games. Now, do you hear Speak or Undisputed or First Take or First Things First or Colin Clownherd? Do you hear any of those guys talking about a guy who was a generational quarterback who has 13 picks in the fourth quarter? 13! No, they want to bring up the 15 that Dak threw last year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts has half of that already. We're not even at the halfway point of the season. Hurts has 7 picks. I brought it up last episode when your boy was here.
Hey, yo.
So my thing is, keep that same energy. And meanwhile, Dak has played Herbert twice now. He's 2-0. Both wins have been in LA at Herbert's place.
Mm-hmm.
And
Herbert's house.
And in both of those games, Dak has outplayed the generational quarterback. So keep that same energy, you freaking clowns, that you put toward my quarterback who's outplayed one of the generational guys. Because 13 picks in the fourth quarter of one-score games, that's trash. Now give me 5 of them and a pipe bomb.
Did Did we jump the gun on Clown of the Week segment already?
we might have. Can I get 2 pipe bombs? I need some pipe bombs to bring me on home.
By the way, I'm a little late to the party, but I got my Clown of the Week ready anyway.
Oh, I got mine too.
Yeah, because I was juggling between one or the other, but now I got it. Yes.
Like the clowns do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was going at. Exactly what I was going at. Thank you very much.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, this show is brought to you by the U-Goboy podcast. You already know. Yes.
Streaming on all digital platforms.
Anyway, so staying with the football though. So you got a bye coming up.
Yes.
And
big bye, important bye.
And this is our bye this week. And then, we talked about trash teams earlier in the past couple of episodes and everything.
Yeah.
And I mentioned on the last episode, so the Jets are on a bye this week, and then we have the New York Giants, and talk about trash teams, but.
Yo, give me 2 more.
I'm being I'm showing a little trepidation here because we know, like I talked about this plenty of times on the show already. I feel like I've seen this movie before. The Jets always find a way to lose games that they should not lose. But I don't want to put out that negative energy right now and everything. But the fact of the matter is, the Jets should win against the Giants. I mean, the Giants have shown that they mailed it in this year. We don't know what's going on with Danny Dimes' or Danny Penny's neck going on right now. Tyrod Taylor, everybody's clamoring for him right now. I feel like the Giants fans are actually they're channeling their inner Jet fan, because as soon as they see a backup quarterback doing better than their starter, then they want them to be the starter. So it's going on with Tyrod Taylor. However, I would choose Tyrod Taylor over Daniel Jones because he's a veteran. He understands Daboll's system a lot better, it seems. That's debatable whether Daboll can actually pull off the head coaching gig as far as that goes, instead of an offensive coordinator. But I don't know, man. I feel like we got to get healthy, because we did lose Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, and we still managed to win that game against Philadelphia. And we should get them back healthy, because concussions don't last 2 weeks, so hopefully they don't, especially in their case. But like I said, I don't know how to feel about it yet. I guess when we get closer, when we cross that bridge, I'll get a better sense of it. But as of this moment right now, how are you feeling as far as confidence with the Jets going against the Giants?
My confidence is going to depend on who's the quarterback for the Giants. If Daniel Penny's is the quarterback, you guys have a great shot to win, because I expect your defense to beat up whoever the quarterback is. That's what you guys do. You guys are a bunch of bullies on defense. You guys, the only game that you guys really, I don't think you guys sacked Dak. No, I don't think you guys did. But, you still made us earn it in the red zone. I think we only had like 1 red zone touchdown in the entire game, and kicked a lot of field goals. But what the Jets have done consistently, week in and week out, even in games they've lost, they beat up the opposing quarterback. You guys beat up Pat Mahomes. You beat up Josh Allen. You beat up Jalen Hurts. This is what you guys do. This is just how it's going to be. It's like that. You just line them up this year. So if it's Daniel Penny's, you guys are going to beat him up and make things rough. And if you guys take away the run, and then it's like, all right, Danny boy, beat us from the pocket, I like you guys' chances. I fear that if Tyrod Taylor plays, you guys are going to beat him up, because, again, that's what you guys do. But
right.
He's a veteran. He understands how to navigate it. Okay, I'm going to take these hits. I'm going to take these shots. But I know where to get the ball to. I know when to scramble. I know how to basically keep my team in it. Basically, when Taylor starts, it's going to look a lot like that Buffalo game. The Giants are going to have a shot. They're going to have a chance. As long as they don't turn the ball over, he's going to run a very Cooper Rush-esque game plan, Daboll. That's what he's going to do. He can't do that with Daniel Jones. He got away with it last year, but he can't do that now, because he's back to the Danny Pennies we all love and enjoy, who throws the ball away and just has terrible pocket awareness. And not to mention, we mentioned it, their offensive line is abysmal. So the two is just a recipe of foolishness. Like it's not going to end well. But Tyrod Taylor gives the Giants a legitimate chance to be competitive. I don't even want to say a win. To be competitive in each and every game, as long as they don't turn it over. So if he's the quarterback, they got a shot to legitimately knock you guys off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Penny's is in, you guys should win. It won't be pretty, because you got your own quarterback issues with Zach Wilson, first of his name. You know what I mean? So it's like, So, but depending who the quarterback is, that's going to dictate how I feel. And until I know that, I can't really give you a straight answer, bro.
Well, no, I wasn't asking for a straight answer necessarily. I was just wondering what your thoughts were going into this game early on. Kind of like those way too early predictions when people do the drafts and stuff like that. So, like I said, I don't know how to feel about it. When we cross that bridge, I'll understand more. But as of right now, it's just I just don't want to see the same movie over and over again. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, because the Jets have had a history of losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to.
Oh yeah,
but
we do. I mean, Arizona.
And now our feature presentation.
That's literally the Cowboys' legacy in my lifetime, at least. Even with the Super Bowl years, it's like, how about this, Cowboys? Here we go. The boys and girls. The Cardinals are 1-5. The one team they beat, America's team. How about the Cowboys? Because we like to give wins away. Having Josh Dobbs look like freaking Joe Montana. God almighty, man. If that's their one win for the season, even if we win the Super Bowl, I'm gonna jump into traffic because it's still. That's bad. That's bad. How do you lose to them?
But I understand where you're coming from, because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around how did we lose to the Patriots? We are their only victory all season
with WAC 100.
With WAC 100. But instead, it looked like Whack Wilson, basically. That's what it was.
It was bad.
What's crazy is that I remember when they both got drafted. There was some people out there, not me, but there was some people that were saying who's gonna have this is probably gonna be the battle of the axe, like Zach versus Mac or Mac versus Zach. It looks like it's gonna be a lot sooner than we thought.
What? No.
Where's my camera? WAC 100 is bad. He's hey, get them trashes going, man. We might break a record, man.
He's just as bad as my clown of the week's takes, which we will get into. Exactly. And that's a teaser.
And Zach Wilson, he's played better, but you see it just like I see it, bro. Yeah. You guys should be drafting a quarterback.
We should.
I don't care if you guys make the playoffs. That's irrelevant. If you guys don't at least draft one in the second round or first round, just have a guy on the roster.
Exactly. Especially since we're gonna get Aaron Rodgers back next year.
He's only gonna play one more year before he goes back to the desert to eat peyote. You know what I'm saying? He's already checked out. He's got one more year. I know him because he's a narcissist. He's not trying to go out like that. He's like, yo, give me one more season.
Yep.
I need just one more so I can end on my terms, and then he's gonna dip. And then you really want Zach Wilson after Aaron is gone? No, go draft a guy. This is a loaded draft class this year. We'll get to it. We're gonna have a draft super show on the U-Goboy podcast, and of course we're gonna do a draft super show here as well. I'll bring Mongo for that as well.
And also, I think that we should also have a quarterback tier list.
Yeah, we will, because Nick Wright does one on First Things First.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does. And I mean, he's got a couple clown of the week candidates on that show.
Look at the network that he works for.
Foxy.
Full sports. Full sports. Yeah.
Full sports.
Yeah, full sports.
Yeah. But yeah, so that too, that's not going to be like Ryan Leaf versus Peyton Manning. That's not what's going on. That's not what's going on. It's Ryan Leaf versus Ryan Leaf. So
Ryan Lee versus Jamarcus Russell.
Yes. You guys have the white Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my God.
You have Michael Russell.
That doesn't sound very.
So yeah, draft the quarterback, bro.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor.
Draft a quarterback and draft an offensive lineman.
Draft a few.
Yeah.
It should be the offensive line draft. Totally.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just draft a quarterback in the first round, and then afterwards the rest just do offensive line.
Yes, yeah. That'd be great.
And trade for Devontae Smith.
Go for it. Get him out of our division, please.
Wait, I'm sorry, not Devontae Smith. It plays for the Raiders.
Oh, Devontae Adams.
Adams, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, because I already told you earlier that imagine him and Garrett Wilson as a 1 and 2,
Ooh.
And then with Aaron Rodgers coming back. I think that's elite.
That's his boy. That's still his boy.
Yeah, because Randall Cobb ain't doing ish right now.
Nah, he's there for a check, bro.
Yeah.
Aaron got him a job, basically. Bro, you want to play for the Jets? right. You ain't got to work out. Just bring your cleats. Just bring your cleats, man. I got you.
Yeah. But speaking of wide receivers, though, on the Jets, I mean, one of the things that has annoyed me with past regimes and the current regime is that why is it that when it comes to the Jets, we acquire these talent, these players from other teams, and we, for some odd reason or one way or another, we can't figure out how to use them. And the one that I'm referring to right now is Mecole Hardman. You know, he was a speedy receiver in Kansas City. He definitely would have been a threat. I think that was more of an Aaron Rodgers move more than anything.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that Aaron Rodgers is out with the torn Achilles for the season, and we can get into like the whole chutzpah about him possibly coming back, defying science and everything like that. Right. I personally don't believe in it.
He was on peyote when he said that. So,
but it's even worse with other people actually running with it. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So I like. They just can't. They really couldn't figure out a way to use him. I mean, I think that's like, just forget about your fandom or anything. In sports, it's your duty as a coach to as soon as you get the groceries, you got to figure out a way how to cook it. Yep. That's the way I look at it. So if they got Mecole Hardman and they were having trouble finding him in the system, then don't try to make him learn the system or anything like that. Try to use his strengths and then apply that to the system that you already have implemented. That's just common sense as far as football is concerned. But they did it with Mecole Hardman. Seems like they're doing it with Carl Lawson and some other people that I can't think of right now. They're clearly not using Dalvin Cook or either that or he's just washed, period. But I don't know. It's really frustrating. Then we spent $4 million on Mecole Hardman. Then afterwards we just send him back to Kansas City for a 6th rounder. I
mean, you saw this movie before with Elijah Moore.
Yes.
I mean, you guys have an illustrious history of not using. I mean, the last speedster you guys used correctly, at least from my vantage point, was Santana Moss.
Yeah,
you gotta go back. You gotta go ways back for that.
I know.
I mean, you guys don't
go back into the DirecTV days.
Yeah, exactly. The TiVo days. Take it all the way back. It's like you guys don't.
Which is how you watch the Cowboys games.
Exactly. Clearly, I got TiVo deal. Yahtzee. So my thing is, your offensive staff. Now it's Hackett. Who was it? Who was the OC before?
Mike LaFleur.
Yes, Mike LaFleur. Matt LaFleur's brother, I'm guessing.
Yeah. He's the OC now for the Rams.
Yeah. So I mean, that encapsulated right there. It is on the offensive coaches to get the best out of the players. We went through it last year with Kellen Moore, not understanding, you
Kellen
got
Less.
Kellen Less. Really, I like that. I like that right there. That's savage right there. I like that.
Savage.
Like we got Kevontae Turpin. This guy was the MVP of the XFL or the USFL, and I get it. It's not the NFL, but dude is electric. His second preseason game, he returned a punt and a kickoff in the same game.
Correct.
Like, dude's got. I remember watching it. I'm just like, I hope we use this guy. But then when the game ended, I was like, oh yeah, ROC's trash. They're not going to use him. Meanwhile, this year, the majority of our explosive plays have come from him. That is the one thing that I do appreciate McCarthy. From the first game on, he's like, I'm using this guy in jet sweeps. I'm putting him in the slot. I'm using him as a running back. I'm moving him in motion. I'm going to make him a part of the game plan every single week. And he's doing that. Moore didn't do that. You see what I'm saying?
No, he did not.
So, and your guy LaFleur and this year Hackett, they don't understand how to use personnel properly. And that's a problem because it makes the quarterback's job that much harder. We finally took us damn near 5 games, took us 6 games, but Brandon Cooks is good. Let's scheme some stuff up for him. Let's put him on jet sweeps.
He's only been in the league how long?
This guy's been catching 1,000-yard seasons from substitute teachers and bus drivers his whole career. Yep. He's had the trashiest of trash quarterbacks his whole career. Yet somehow, someway, this guy puts up 1,000 yards wherever he goes. You might want to target him. And what did Dak do finally in the Chargers game? I think he targeted him 7 times.
Yes.
He had catches on all 7 plays. And a jet sweep he almost took to the house.
Correct.
I want to see that for the rest of the year.
And I think you guys will.
And I think we will.
Yep.
So my thing is, Hackett has to, like you said, it was a great analogy. He's got to, you can shop at Trader Joe's, you can shop at Whole Foods, you can order your shit on from like overseas or whatever. If you don't know how to use what you bought, it's just gonna go bad in the fridge, and you're gonna end up ordering Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
quick fix. Yep.
Yeah, man. So use. use your personnel. Use them. That's what they're there for.
That's what they're paying you
That's
for.
what they're paying you for. They're paying defensive coordinators to stop you, which is hard to do based on the rules. The rules are in your favor. Like, the league wants you to score touchdowns. They want explosive plays. They want receivers to run wide open, or they'll throw the flag for pass interference or illegal contact. They want you to do that.
Or not calling rough of the passers.
Yeah, exactly. So
but that's another story for another day.
True. So it's like, use the league is catered and tailored to the offense. OCs should be at an all-time high in terms of production right now. And the good teams, they're taking advantage of that. The teams that are still figuring out, like both of our teams in that sense, but this is what the bye week's for. This is what the bye week's for, right?
Yes.
So hopefully moving forward, we'll see some better things.
How are you a person that likes to have buys later on in the season, or do you prefer it's mid where we are right now?
I prefer the middle of the season. Right where we had one is perfect. Because and I'll tell you why. Because I like my bye week closer to the trade deadline. Because by that time, you got guys nicked up because it's about the halfway point of the season. You have the extra game anyway. So you have it later on in the year. That doesn't really help you. You want it toward the middle of the season so you have a full gauge of, okay, are we a playoff team? You can really assess your team, kind of like a midterm. You see what I'm saying?
You gauge the temperature in the room.
Exactly. Great analogy. So it's just we're about halfway through. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. You guys are in the playoff hunt, like I knew you would be. You know what I mean? You guys have about the same record I thought you were going to have, even if Aaron Rodgers was there.
Correct. I thought the same thing.
I was thinking 4-2, 3-3, somewhere like that.
We should be 4-2 because I don't know how we lost against the Patriots, but either way, it happened.
Any given Sunday, bro.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Claw with our fingernails for that inch.
For that inch. Great movie. Love you, Al Pacino.
Shout out to Oliver Stone.
Yes. One of my favorite. No, not one of. That is my favorite sports movie of all time.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So, but what I'm saying is, this is a great point in the season to get guys healthy that are nicked up, your key guys, because even guys that are on the injury report, everybody's hurt right now. Everyone's hurt. Newsflash. Nobody in the league 7 weeks in is 100% right now. Nobody. So you got your guys that are injured that can't play, and you got your stars that are hurt. They're dealing with something: a knee, a back, a shoulder, a hip, a foot, a toe, a finger, a wrist,
an STD,
a concussion that they don't want to report. They're dealing with something. So you want guys to get that extra week to kind of recharge and get ready for the second half of the season. And your front office needs to have an idea of, okay, it's the trade deadline. What do we need? All right. Do we have some extra draft capital? Is there a guy we really want? Is there a position that we really need? We just lost Leighton Vander Esch. He's going to miss a good chunk of the season now with another neck injury, which is why I didn't get his jersey, because I don't know how many more years dudes is going to play. Because when he's good, he's a first-round linebacker. He's solid. Yeah. But dude stays hurt. Every year he gets hurt with something. So we're going to need a linebacker. I wouldn't mind another receiver because I'm having buyer's remorse for Michael Gallup. He just doesn't look he doesn't look like the same guy, man, after that ACL. So 2019,
he did lose a little bit of his burst, yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, it's like two different guys altogether. 2019 Michael Gallup, that guy right there was a prop. Over 1,000 yards receiving. He was putting up numbers. CD was still, we didn't have CD yet. It was basically Gallup and Cooper. And I was like, yo. And then CD comes, and then I was like, okay, we got a three-headed monster. But, bro, since that ACL, man, for whatever reason, again, so Dak was hitting CD all over the field. He was hitting Cooks all over the field. Every time he threw it to Gallup, it was like 50-50. Even when he was open, he's like, yo, is he going to catch it? Is he going to run the right route? Is he going to get any separation? You see what I'm saying? But we paid him, so we gotta let it ride. But I wouldn't mind us picking up like a Hunter Renfrow if he's available.
Right.
Or I don't think Devontae's going anywhere. I think maybe in the offseason.
He is disgruntled though.
He's disgruntled, but I mean the Raiders have the final say in that.
Right.
So So I don't think Adams is going anywhere, but I wouldn't mind us picking up another guy that can consistently get open and that is quote unquote Dak friendly. I hate that term, but it is able to get separation and make things busy for our passing game, because you can never have enough pass catchers. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, speaking of Devontae Adams, real quick, did you get a chance to check out his disgruntled interview?
Yeah, it was transcribed, and I read it, and then I watched Speak with some past clown of the week who hosts that show, and I watched them break it down, and some real questionable comments in there.
Yeah,
at least from my perspective.
The biggest takeaway from me is when he was like, to me, it's not about wins or losses; it's about greatness. I mean, bro. Winning is the ultimate deodorant. I mean, you could listen. Bruh. I remember that. When Odell Beckham Jordan had Odell Beckham Jr. Excuse me.
I was like, who the hell are you talking about, bro?
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. When Odell Beckham Jr. had that amazing catch that everybody seems to laud, but I respect the fact that he didn't. It really didn't matter to him due to the fact that they lost the game.
Yeah, to the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. With that smile, I felt like you should have had a little from the teeth right there. But anyway, but I don't know. That just sounds like to me. It's just me looking from the outside in, but something like that kind of screams out bad locker room guy.
Yeah, I mean,
the morale already in Las Vegas is not all that great right now, and I'm still wondering how Josh McDaniels still has a job, and I think we're seeing more and more that he is not head coach material. He's more offensive coordinator.
It's definitely a no for me.
Yeah. Give me 2 more Randy Jacksons.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Yo, he is a classic case of a coordinator who wants to be a head coach. Not the other way around.
Todd Bowles, anybody?
Mm-hmm. Can I interest you in Jason Garrett? Just saying. Or can I interest you in Adam Gase?
Can I interest you in Wade Phillips?
Can I interest you in Dan Campbell? We can do this all day. No, it's like, God almighty. It's like he proved it in Denver. He's proving it again now with the Raiders. And I kind of feel for Devontae in a sense, and I don't feel for him. I'm kind of torn, because it's like, bro, you were tired of Aaron Rodgers playing games, that's why you left.
Yeah,
you didn't know if dude was going to retire. He was very non-committal, and on top of that, he did a lot of losing in the playoffs, home playoff games.
Yes,
and he at Lambeau. So he wanted to go play with his boy Carr. What happens? Carr in the front office, they have a fallout. Mm-hmm. Like, Devontae's not there to play with Jimmy Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell and whoever the hell they got going on over there. That's not why he's there. He went there to reunite with his buddy from college at Fresno State, Derek Carr. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
and go to Caesar's Palace.
And get a Taco Bell deal. You see what I'm saying? And he got all that, except for Carr is out. Carr left. He's over in New Orleans, still playing like Derek Carr.
Yeah. No, maybe he did play like David Carr in the last game. Yeah.
Last night against the Jags, I watched the game. I'm just like, yo, bro, this looks like the Raiders. Like, yo, this looks exactly like the Raiders. So it's like, so Adams is. I feel for him in that sense. Like, he kind of got misled. He thought Carr was going to be a Raider for life. I'll be a Raider for life. We'll win a championship together. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel for him in this sense. Like, bro, you're one of the top 5 receivers in this league. You've been one of the top 5 receivers in this league for going on a decade now. You're him. You're on a short list of guys that, yo, if you could pick one receiver, game-winning drive, whether he's doubled or singled, who you taking? I'd take Adams. Heck, like, you can't cover him one-on-one. Like, bro, come on. Like, I don't care who you put on him. Like, you could put Sauce on him. You could put Trey Diggs on him. You could put Ramsey on him. You could put Surtain on him. He's gonna get busy because he's one of those hymns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My issue with that is with whom much is given, much is expected, in the words of Kanye West. You know, before he went crazy. Yeah, savage for that. That was savage. That was savage. So it's like,
give me another Dom Lemon too.
I have the Dom Lemon drop in there with Joe B. I got to tell Steve where it's at.
Okay.
But nah. So with that being said, bro, you have to carry yourself a certain way, man. The top tier receivers in this league. And Jamar Chase is still young, so him talking crazy and then going crazy off in a game against the Cardinals, no less, a week later. Like, yeah, bro, you're him, but you don't gotta throw your team and throw your quarterback and throw your OC under the bus. Like, yo, talk to them in private. Be like, yo, basically do what CD. Like, yo, not for nothing, not being a homer. CD Lamb went about it the perfect way. After we lost to the 49ers, yet again, shocker. Like, you go back and watch the tape. CD Lamb was open a lot. Like, Lenore or whoever they had, or Charvarius Ward, they couldn't cover CeeDee Lamb.
No.
He was consistently beating them like, yo, you're playing press coverage? I'm buying you. I'm buying you. And then he turns around and Dak's throwing an interception. And he's just like, yo, I'm open. So he felt some type of way. His post-game press conference, he was not happy. Like, he felt like he looked like he was going to swing on somebody.
Yo!
What did he do? Him and McCarthy that week, they sat down and had a one-on-one. Closed door, just the two of them. And CD was like, yo, I'm open. I'm that guy. Like, it's not even about, I know I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get paid. I know that, but it's not even about that. I want to win. And we're going to win when I eat. So feed me, bro.
Yes.
So they had that conversation behind closed doors. And Mike McCarthy mentioned it too. He's like, I had a good conversation with CD. We're good. There's no issue there. And what happens in the very next game against the Chargers? He goes off. That's how you handle it, bro.
Yep.
You don't go off saying nonsense. And I expect Adams to know better. He's like twice as old as freaking CD, bro.
He's been in the league how long now?
For real, bro. Like, so, like you getting up there saying, "Yo, this isn't what I came here for." He sounded like T.O., bro. He gave me he gave me T.O. vibes, and
that's not my quarterback. That's not my quarterback.
I got a poster still in my bedroom of T.O. Get your popcorn ready as a Cowboy, but don't get it twisted. He said a lot of nonsense in front of the camera and behind the scenes that effed up the Cowboy locker room. And he's a big reason why we missed the playoffs in 2008. We had 13 Pro Bowls on the team. We had an idiot head coach at Wade Phillips. That had a big part of it too. but bro, you beefing with your quarterback that you cried about the year before, you beefing with Jason Witten, a future Hall of Famer.
Right.
You know what I mean? You beefing with guys saying that, yeah, Romo just draws up plays for Witten, and basically getting the wide receivers to beef with the quarterback. Why do you think we went from 13 wins to 9 and missing the playoffs? Because you're airing stuff out and you're not being a professional about it, and you're not taking into account that, yo, if we're going to win, it's not just about talent. We got to be lockstep and cohesive and be a team and be a family and be a brotherhood.
Correct.
Those type of comments that Adam said, that's the kind of stuff that can mess up a locker room. And don't be surprised if I think he finishes the season out there, but when they miss the playoffs, because they are going to miss the playoffs, you can book that.
Yes, yeah.
Big facts there.
They got their trips to Cancun already.
Yeah.
They're already booked.
Yeah, you can book another divorce because we got one divorce in Denver. That's what happened.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Again. That's Jaden. That's Jaden and Will right there. You're about to see Jaden and Will. You're about to see Jaden and Will part 2 because Adams ain't gonna be a Raider next year. I'll put that on anything. That's facts.
I mean, I'll bet the under over on that already.
That's a savage. That's a savage. And a Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Oh man, it's always a good day when I can get a Yahtzee drop.
Always, bro. Always.
Yeah. All right. So that's we can go around the league a little more if we want, but
Yeah,
I
sure.
also want to touch on the baseball because. Yeah. You know, we're in the playoffs right now. We're in the NLCS and the ALCS right now. But I don't know about you. I've watched a couple of games, and I just feel like I love baseball playoffs. I love it. You know, it doesn't matter
when the Yankees are in it,
especially when the Yankees are in it, which that's questionable in these past couple of seasons.
Steve likes that too.
Exactly. But I don't know. I just it sounds kind of. These playoffs for the baseball is just very blah right now.
I mean, I haven't watched a single pitch. If the highlight is on Twitter or X or whatever, I'll tune in or whatever. I'll text Adnan Verk from time to time and be like, "Yo, bro, like, what do you think?" Shout out to Adnan, love you, dog. Hopefully, we can get him on the show.
Yes,
and get him to come back to U-Goboy podcast. It's a hard watch for me because number one, it doesn't feel right without our boys in it, and I'm not rooting for anybody that's in it right now. I don't like if the Phillies win. Yeah, I got a lot of homies that from Philadelphia.
Correct.
They're all Philadelphia Eagle fans, so I got no love for.
Shout out to Joel.
Exactly, but I don't have any vitriol toward the Philly fans because they did what they were supposed to do in 2009. They lost to us in 6, like I said they would, and gave us our last championship. So I guess it'd be nice if they won it. And I've always been a Bryce Harper fan. So
I like Bryce Harper.
So I guess it'd be nice if they could win it. But then again, the second they do win it, the Philadelphia Eagle fans are gonna be like, whoa, we just won a World Series, so you know that Super Bowl coming next.
Get the Crisco ready and put it on those street lamps.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it just doesn't feel right with us not in it at all. It just doesn't. And I have no incentive to watch, bro, because I'm not really rooting for anybody.
I'm really not in the mood for root for anybody either. But it does make me angry due to the fact that we had Jordan Montgomery, we traded him for Harrison Bader. He's killing it right now in Texas.
Boy.
And then we could have. There was that time where I can't get on Cashman too much about this, but we could have had Bryce Harper, but they went for Giancarlo Stanton. But.
You're making me sad, bro.
I know. But you know what? One of the things that I do like about the playoffs, if anything, is that I love the fact how, obviously baseball is not as exciting as it used to be, especially with these nerds that are doing all these analytics and everything, kind of ruining the game and all. And then you have old school managers like Bruce Bochy and Dusty Baker going head to head in the ALCS right now. And obviously I'm rooting for Bochy because Dusty, as much as I love Dusty, he already got his ring, and I don't have any love for the Houston Astros.
And the Astros are still cheaters. They'll always be cheaters.
Always be cheaters.
They'll always be cheaters. Let me get 10 more Ric Flairs for that. They're a bunch of cheaters. They'll always be cheaters. The way you look at the Patriots, that's how I look at the Astros. They could have 5 more dynasties. I could care less. You cheated. We should have won in 2017.
Yes, we should.
That title should have been vacated. You see what I'm saying?
They should have gave it back, or they just take it away. Take away.
Yeah.
Take away the title.
You see what I'm saying? So I'll never root for them, bro. Like nothing.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm rooting for them. I'm just saying that
nothing will even make me root for them.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Give me one more of those. That's fine. That's for the Astros.
I'm not saying that I'm rooting for Dusty Baker or anything. I mean, obviously, I'll be rooting for Bruce Bochy because I hate the Astros. But what I love is the fact that it's kind of spitting in the face of all those analytical idiots and those morons and think they know better than everybody.
Right.
When you have 2 old school managers that actually know how to play with their heart and their gut and coaching the way that it should be, and it's I mean. It already happened with Dusty Baker last year, and they're back in the ALCS, and they might go to the World Series. I don't know, but it goes to show that it's proving that it's okay to win and play with your gut and your heart instead of following a math problem.
Yeah, no, it's facts, man, and I think that I want to believe that. Since that is something I did hear that we did with the Yankees, we did overhaul the analytical department, which is a part of some of the sweeping changes that we are quote unquote making behind the scenes.
Whoop.
And I'm just like, listen.
What did you do? Switch out algebra for geometry? Okay, all right, I'll play along.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
Go
they just swapped binders.
Yeah.
That's all they did. Like they got rid of the analytics binder, and now they're gonna have the revamped, remastered analytics binder.
Yeah, the 2.0.
For next year. The 2.0.
Yeah, we just had to update the software. That's all.
Bro, it's like they swapped the iPhone 14 for the iPhone 15. Like, it's a better camera. No, it's the same.
It's the same, bro.
It's the same thing, bro. Like so. Damn, Steve on the boards. He chose
Whopper.
violence.
It's like putting cheese on a Whopper. It's still a Whopper.
Still. I like that one. I like that. No,
I haven't eaten yet. I'm hungry. So.
U-Goboy.
I mean, so nah, man. I'm not. I can't do baseball right now. Not until pitchers and catchers report. And I know the season's still going on, but it ended for me. I think who did end the season against Kansas City? I didn't even watch that. I started watching Yankee baseball with like 2 months to go in the season. I couldn't watch it anymore. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it looks like it might be an ugly World Series if it's Texas and Arizona.
Good for them. Good for them, bro.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Brian Cashman, please get it together, and we can expect some more horrible decision making from Aaron Boone and Cashman and so on and so forth. I hate to say it.
Are you ready for Rizzo to be our first baseman next year? You ready for Giancarlo to be?
Are you seriously asking me that question?
Stop it.
You ready for DJ LeMahieu to roll back out there?
You sound like Stewie right now. Like, do it a little bit.
Shannon.
Let me get a Yahtzee, please.
That's a Yahtzee. That's a Yahtzee. Yahtzee. It's Halloween. Yahtzee. It's Halloween, so the Vincent Price laugh is right on brand, for real.
All right, so let's go back to the league that actually matters right now. Let's get back into the football. Yeah, football is always going to be king.
Yes, sir.
Out of all the teams in the NFL right now, who has been the biggest surprise for you? Like, you did not see that coming. For me, I got to say it's probably the Houston Texans.
Okay. I think that's a good one.
I think D'Amico Ryans has actually proven himself to be a pretty legitimate head coach. They obviously play for him down there. Their rookie quarterback is actually doing some really good things as far as developing and everything. I don't think they're going to hit the playoffs or anything like that. I don't think they're going to do anything special. But it seems like they're finally heading in the right direction after, like, it seems like they've gone through a revolving doors of head coaches and quarterbacks and coordinators and everything, offensive line, everything. I don't even think they have any wide receivers that were back from previous regimes.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they gave him like a 10-year contract. So, and I'm glad he asked for like a long term. He's like, listen, we're starting from the ground up. Like the previous 5 coaches you guys have had here ain't it, and we need a new quarterback. We need a lot. You guys got to give me time. If you guys are going to fire me after 1 year, just give me a 1-year deal. So they gave him a long-term deal and basically kind of gave him the reins of being like, yo, what do you need? All right, we'll trade for it. What do you need? Who do you need us to sign? We'll sign him. Who do you want us to be in your coaching staff? We got you. They're giving him the tools to succeed. Even though I'm not a big fan of their GM, they're allowing him to be great. So I'm actually not surprised by that. I'm surprised. Not necessarily by the team, but the way they're going about it, and that's the Lions. Like I said, I said Detroit was going to. Yes, sir. Give me one more. Give me and another. Is this what you want? Keep it going. Huh? No, it's. Is this what you want? It's definitely Detroit. I knew they'd win the North because. Look who's in the North. like, give me a savage for that. Like, come on. Like, savage. Oh my goodness. The Bears, they'll be shopping for. They're working trying to get Caleb Williams. The Packers. I don't think Jordan Love is it, man. I'm just saying. I don't see it. I don't see it. I could be wrong, but he hasn't see it.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything to wow me. Like how Patrick Mahomes will wow you, like Justin Burrow will wow you, Dak Prescott will wow you in some moments. Like he hasn't been able to have that effect on me. Like I got to be honest, bro. Like I actually forgot for a brief second that Jordan Love was actually a starting quarterback in the league.
He's been just mid. He's just been.
He hasn't been bad. He just hasn't been exciting either. It's like. It's almost like he's right below game manager.
Yeah, he looks like, and it's wild because C.J. Stroud looks better than him, and Stroud's a rookie.
Yeah,
and I think that it's wild because I think that what Stroud's doing for Houston is what the Packers expected Love to be doing now that he sat behind Aaron Rodgers all those years. And I just don't see it. And of course, the Vikings, if they don't have a fire sale at the trade deadline.
Especially with Justin Jefferson, for God knows how long.
They got a bunch of guys that they got to get off the books because they're going to mess around and Justin Jefferson, I think he'll sign there. But honestly, if I were him, I'd kind of take a Giannis standpoint in NBA. Like, yo, show me y'all want to win. Because if y'all don't show me, you could tag me so the cows come home. I'm gonna pull a Devontae Adams, and I'm gonna y'all gonna have to trade me.
Matter of fact, I want to have a future drop in the future. Little Herm Edwards, you play to win the game.
That's coming. That's coming. We need that. The fact that I'm actually embarrassed that we don't have that, but we will have that.
I actually think that should be our closeout every episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that works. That works. We'll have a Herm and we'll have some Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
I love that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got to be honest with you, and this is kind of off topic right now, but I'm really kind of jealous of DiPietro and Rothenberg because they're a great radio show Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ESPN New York. But their closeout is Rule 76, no excuses, play like a champion from Wedding Crashers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Golly. that movie was a soundtrack of me in college. Like, for real. Shout out to Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn. Thanks.
Oh, that's a movie that would get canceled, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, they couldn't make that now.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back into the league.
But no, the Lions, again, as currently constructed, the Lions are the third best team in the NFC right now. The Cowboys are still the fourth. I still have them as the fourth. They got the best defense.
And I feel like Jared Goff has really found his mojo again.
So the effect that Dan Campbell has had on Goff, very, very similar to, in my opinion, I've seen this before, the effect that Jim Harbaugh, had on Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick, you know, before he got himself blackballed from the league.
36, bro.
36, bro. Like,
Shout out to Dez.
You get a coach, the right coach, the right kind of, a real coach, not a coordinator who wants to be a coach. We talked about this.
We're talking about Kyle Shanahan.
Yes. You get a real coach that understands, all right, how can I get the most out of you? I see the talent there, but I got to marry the skill and talent to what's going on up here, the confidence and belief. That's what the great coaches do. That's what Bill Parcells did. That's what Bill Belichick did. That's what Jimmy Johnson did. That's what Tom Landry did. That's what Don Shula, Chuck Noll, the great coaches of our era. That's what Mike Tomlin continues to do.
Yes, I was just going to mention Mike Tomlin
like,
as well.
They get the best out of their players. Yes. Big facts.
Is that the Islanders?
No, that's Daniel Bryan, right? That's Daniel Bryan. Yeah. So it's just like, honestly, I think I see it. Dan Campbell has pulled Goff aside and like, yo, bro, you're him. Like, McVay didn't see it, and that's fine. You know what I mean? He's got Matt Stafford now. Tell me how that's working out. Yeah, he got you a Super Bowl. Yeah. Slow clap. You got a Super Bowl out of it. You ain't going to win another one with him.
No.
I'll put money on it.
I mean, they've sold their soul for that.
I'll put liquid death on it. You ain't winning another one with him. So enjoy that. I'd enjoy that. So Dan Campbell's basically like, bro, I'm going to put the weapons around you. I'm going to give you the offensive line. And I'm going to believe in you. I'm not going to throw you under the bus because McVay did a lot of that. McVay did a lot of like destruction to the psyche, in my opinion, just off the press conferences and the way he would go about talking about it, and it resulted in him getting traded. He didn't believe in Jared Goff. I don't think he ever really believed in Jared Goff. Even took him to the Super Bowl.
But that was the Jeff Fisher move anyway.
Right. And plus, I get it though. I understand why. It wasn't really his guy. You know what I mean? Like you said, it was Jeff Fisher's guy. So Dan Campbell from day one let Goff know, it's like, listen, we'll draft another quarterback to be like depth, but you're our guy. You've been to a Super Bowl. Your defense basically brought you there, but you've been to a Super Bowl. You got the skills. You were a top 5 pick. Yo, we believe in you. And he's been flourishing, and he's playing. I said this on numerous shows. I said this on our show too. Goff is playing the best ball of his career right now, and if Detroit gets a home playoff game, or if they mess around and get that 1 seed, trust me, they're going to have that place rocking, Ford Field. I can't believe I'm saying this. What year are we in? They're going to have Ford Field rocking, and they're going to be a problem for whoever they play in the tournament. You know what I mean? So I knew the Lions would be a playoff team. They look dominant right now. They do. You know, they're still going to have some Detroit Lion moments. They had one already against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But give me some LA Knights. Give me some LA Knights.
Yeah.
Welcome to BTV Sports. You know what I mean? But but I fully expect Detroit to do Detroit things from time to time. But they are one of the top teams in the NFC. I still have them ahead of Dallas right now. You know, hopefully we can catch fire and be the team I believe we can be. But as currently constructed, we're looking at a 5 seed. We're looking at Super Wildcard Weekend against somebody, and the Lions are ahead of us. You know what I mean? And I absolutely believe the Lions could beat San Francisco or Philly now.
They're a scrappy team, man. Yeah, they were scrappy. It's funny because Dan Campbell was in his opening press conference when he got hired as
biting off kneecaps.
Yeah, biting off kneecaps and everything. Yeah. But you know what? Like when you win, it's the ultimate deodorant, and you're able to back up your talk and everything, keeping receipts, like Robert Saleh would say. And now I feel like Dan Campbell is the kind of coach that I want to run through a brick wall for.
I called them this on several shows. They're the fighting Dan Campbells.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
When you play the Lions, just like when you play the Browns, you feel it afterward. You feel it. Like everyone says, oh, that's the 49ers. Well, 49ers played the Browns. like I mentioned, who got beat up in that game? Trent Williams got beat up. Christian McCaffrey got beat up. Deebo Samuel got beat up. Ayuk got beat up. They beat up. Kittle got beat up too.
Kittle, yeah.
He had 1 catch for 1 yard.
Yep.
Like, yo, Detroit's
shout out to Jim Schwartz.
Facts. Cleveland's like that. Detroit's like that. And they were like that last year. They almost beat Dallas last year in Dak's comeback game. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Detroit's like that. Like all jokes aside, Detroit is a legitimate contender coming out of the NFC.
I believe that, and a big props to Dan Campbell as well.
Yes.
But speaking of head coaches, so I wanted to bring up this subject real quick.
Sure.
So I looked up. This is a report by Dov Kleiman, excuse me.
Our guy.
Yes.
Shout out to DOV.
There's been a lot of talk on the Patriots. Bill Belichick staying long enough to pass Don Shula for the all-time win mark, but he's actually a lot closer to having the all-time losing mark in the NFL. Bill Belichick is now 8 losses away from losing 165 regular season games, which will tie the record by Jeff Fisher and Dan Reeves. The Pats are 1-5 this season, with the Bills and the Dolphins coming up in the next 2 weeks. There's a chance he'll lose all 8 games this season, considering how badly Belichick has been this season. So the reason that I bring that up is because we're now in the midway season. Yep. We're on our bye right now. You're about to have your bye. So one of the things that a lot of these programs like to do, and also fans like to do, because I think that fans have a little bit of a legitimate, optic compared to these trash hot take shows and everything.
Yeah.
So, besides Bill Belichick, do you see any head coaches right now in the NFL that are on the hot seat?
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
Who would be like at your list right now? Like if you're top 5 hot seat coaches,
the hottest seats, the hottest of the hot. Whew. Matt Eberflus in Chicago.
Yeah, that's bad.
His seat is burning. Definitely. We mentioned Bill.
Do you really think Bill Belichick has a chance? Because there has been reports that Robert Kraft is ready to move on from him.
I don't know. I don't know how much longer Bill wants to coach. I think it might be a mutual thing.
Well,
bro, do you want to coach another 10 years?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. There's only one team that if he were to move on from the Patriots, whether he quits or he gets fired, there's only one team out there that he would consider continue coaching for the next 10 years. I don't know if it's feasible, but I know for a fact that the one team that he wants to coach more than anyone is the Giants.
They're not getting off Dable.
They're not getting off Dable.
Anytime soon.
Like, Dable would have to be historically bad.
They'd have to lose every game for the rest of the season. Something crazy like that. And I don't think that's going to happen. Tyrod Taylor's going to win them some games against some bad teams.
Yeah, please not against the Jets, though.
And please not against us when we play them again. But knowing us, because we lost the Cardinals, I'm going to hold that against us until the season's over.
Yeah, but if it adds, a little bit of, a little bit of softens the blow a little bit. They did beat the Giants did beat them. So
yeah. I don't think that makes it worse. Oh man,
savage.
So back to your list, McDaniels, as we mentioned.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, his seat's pretty warm.
I would have Rob Rivera in that one.
Oh yeah, if Washington, because again they got new ownership.
They got new ownership,
and Magic Johnson wants to win.
Yeah, and I also feel like when they hired Eric Bieniemy, I felt like this is the moment where Ron Rivera is going to be a lame duck coach, and they just want Bieniemy to get the head coaching gig and elevate him, promote him.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been talking about how is it that Eric Bieniemy hasn't been hired as a head coach already, and he just went from one offensive coordinator job in Kansas City to now in Washington, and new ownership, everything's a turnaround, and so on and so forth. And I think that they're just waiting for Ron Rivera to either go out gracefully, or they've seen enough, and then afterwards they give him his walking papers, and then they elevate Eric Bieniemy. So I think that Ron Rivera could be in that conversation as far as hot seats.
His seat's pretty warm, and I've seen this movie before when we hired Clown Garrett to be our OC in 07. He was making as much or maybe a little bit more than Wade Phillips, which is just beyond foolishness. Again, this is back when Jerry Jones was still making football decisions.
Correct.
As I've mentioned so eloquently in past episodes. So yeah, and when Wade got fired, which needed to happen, we hired that clown for about 9 years, and you saw how that played out. So that's what Washington did, low key or high key, however you want to look at it.
I think it's clear and cut.
Yeah, and if Washington misses the playoffs, because I'm still not sold on Sam Howell. I've seen good things from Howell. I have, but
He's not a fan of his hair.
I'm not a fan of his face.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
I don't trust him. He's got shady eyes, shiesty eyes. And he lost to the Bears. Bro, you lost to the Bears at home.
Yeah.
You lost to the Bears at home. Justin Fields outplayed you at home.
I mean, no, they got spanked.
Bro, it wasn't even close.
Spanked.
It wasn't even close.
That was some S&M stuff right there.
That was savage. That was savage right there. Oh man,
savage.
So those three in particular, Eberflus, McDaniels, and Rivera. Those seats are pretty warm. I don't. They like McConnell or O'Donnell in
Minnesota.
In Minnesota, yeah, they like him. They like him. And he's still young. He's still young. So I don't think even.
I think this season is an aberration.
You believe so?
I think that they're as far as I don't think they're going to be anything special next year, but I think the coaching is going to be a little bit better.
Well, I think the roster they need to blow it up. They need to blow it up. Denver needs to blow it up. Because we keep mentioning that divorce is the papers were served as you.
Correct.
Give me a savage for that. I remember that. I like that a lot when you said that. That divorce is about to happen. So, but Minnesota needs to start moving some pieces around and getting ready for the draft because they're going to need a quarterback.
And when do you think Los Angeles is going to wake up and realize that Brandon Staley is not it? Because he's been in the conversation for bad head coaches.
Oh, how could I forget? He is absolutely on the hot seat. Matter of fact, I don't know how he didn't get fired after the playoff loss.
I'm still trying to figure out how he still has a job.
They were dog. They were up 30-0.
Yeah.
Where's Mark? They were up 30-0 and lost. And this man, I don't care if you grew a beard, bro. That don't mean nothing. That has nothing to do with nothing, bro. How'd you blow that? You feel me? But his seat's warm. But then when they hired Kellen Less, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a savage.
You're welcome.
When they hired Kellen Less, you know what I mean? So, bro, what exactly did you think that was? Do you think that was going to move the needle? Okay, you'll have better stats, but you're still going to barely get a wild card. You're going to lose the division. You're going to play on Super Wild Card Weekend with 10 games. It's like March Madness.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose. You're going to lose. And don't blame it on the players because they got studs there.
Yep.
Keenan Allen's a top 10 receiver.
Absolutely.
Eckler's a top 10 running back. Mack and Bosa are both still top 10 pass rushers. Derwin James is a top 5 safety.
Yep.
What more do you need?
I was going to say Eckler, but he's not with the Chargers anymore, is he?
No, Eckler's still there.
Oh, he's still there.
Austin
There
Eckler's
you
still
go.
there. Yeah. So it's like, bro, it's got to be the coaching. The talent.
It is the coaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not taking crazy pills.
No. They got a gourmet meal right in front of them, and it's being cooked by Chef Boyardee. That's what's going on in Los Angeles.
Give me 10 LA Nights. Keep it going. I want to feel like he's about to walk in the door.
Yeah.
What's up, LA?
Some coaches that are kind of under the radar, but I think that they should be considered to be in the hot seat. Todd Bowles down in Tampa Bay. I mean, I think he's shown time now that if you couldn't win with Tom Brady, then I don't know what else is going on there. I'm also thinking about. A matter of fact, let's switch it up to you. I think that there's also two teams that are having buyer's remorse right now with two experienced head coaches. You got Sean Payton in Denver, and then you got what's his name? He's with the Panthers now.
Frank Reich.
There you go. Yeah, I think they're having buyer's remorse with those two head coaches right now.
Well, here's my thing. Well, Carolina, I don't feel sorry for them because Steve Wilkes should be the coach there.
That's exactly my point.
And they deserve everything they get. Steve Wilkes is one of the best football minds. And there's a reason why San Francisco's defense is still dominant.
And it goes to show how inept the Arizona Cardinals are because they should have kept him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
They just had the gall to draft that quarterback that was so trash. It's not even in the league now.
Yeah, Josh Rosen's selling car insurance now. You know what I'm saying? To this day. Facts.
Exactly. Yeah. Perfect, Steve.
One more Deontay Wilder.
Hey, yo.
So it's my thing with Denver, I'm not because again. So let's use. I love my analogies. So basically, what Sean Payton basically wifed up a chick with kids, right? And so the first few months.
Shout out to my brother.
I know a couple dudes that took that L.
Let me stop because Carter's gonna come back for me, man.
I know a couple dudes who took that, who went that route. They went that route. It's just, I wouldn't advise it. Yeah. Perfect music. Perfect. Yo, let's talk about Steve on the boards, man.
Oh my God. Listen. I love Marv and everything. He's marvelous, as we say, but I think we might have some competition behind the ground.
Steve's been a savage. He used to do
Steve the Savage. I love that.
Yeah,
Savage Steve.
Savage.
Steve on the boards used to do the U-Goboy podcast.
And he's still doing first class, second place.
Exactly.
Which you can like to subscribe on YouTube right now.
Exactly. You stole him from me. But basically, so the off season, all the fun stuff, all the bells and whistles, all the sunshine and rainbows. That was the honeymoon phase of basically Sean Payton wifing up, you know what I mean, the Broncos. He's like, yo, it's dope, you know what I mean? You look just like you look on Instagram, you know what I mean? I'm taking a Ruth Chris, you know what I mean? Like you're working out 5 times a week.
Damn, son.
Yo, this is love. And then like a year goes by, this is the regular season now, and I find out that you got crazy daddy issues. You're violent.
Yeah.
You talk.
Your hygiene ain't all that.
Your hygiene ain't all that. I don't know what your real hair looks like. I don't. I have no freaking clue. Your kids are terrible. I can't. I'm doing my best to try to be daddy daycare.
This is Ice Cube, and are we there yet?
Yes, but like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Or infinitely times worse.
And it's not as hot as Neil Long.
No. So now Sean Payton is on the couch. No, Sean Payton is in the driveway before he goes into the house.
That's his vacation.
Yes, he turns the music off, and then he just folds his arms and he just looks at the steering wheel like, yo, I gotta go back inside of that. Damn. All right.
That just depressed me right now.
Yeah, I'm good with the analogies, bro. It's a gift. So he hired a lawyer. He's gonna serve the papers, and he's gonna get out of there, bro, because he's a high value man who's exploring his options, and he needs to be out on the market with somebody that's more in line with his way of life and with his interests, because they don't align in this current union. So yeah, that's over with, bro.
Yeah, there's no more stock that's valuable in Mr. Unlimited.
Nah.
Mr. Unlimited.
Nah. He got himself a modern woman, and yeah.
Damn.
you know how that goes.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Future. Anyway,
there you have it.
That's a savage right there. That's a savage right there.
Savage.
Yeah. So
It's definitely a no for
So
me.
there we go.
Yeah.
So shout out to Joel, who was our guest last week on Yo BTV Sports. Almost forgot the name of the show, for excuse me.
No, it's BTV Sports now.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm a hack today.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, but so we were talking about how his Philadelphia Eagles are going against the Miami Dolphins. So I alluded to last week about how I don't know if Miami's able to keep up this momentum that they're going. I mean, I've seen this movie before where they have a winning streak and everybody thinks that they're going to go to the ship and everything, but then they count out injuries, and that I don't know if that speed is always attainable. I mean, sooner or later you're going to run out of gas, and then afterwards there's a change in weather and you're going to be winded, and it is an 18-week schedule season. I think there's a good chance that they can win the division, go into the playoffs, but I don't think the thing is that I don't feel like it's very sustainable. I just feel like it's almost like dating a hot girl, and then afterwards, years later, she starts aging badly because of cigarette smoke.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of the few teams that 1,000% need the bye and need home field because of everything you just mentioned. You know what I mean? They get a bad matchup and they go up against they have to go on the road to less than desirable field conditions, and that speed gets neutralized, and they can't. And again, I'm not sold on their defense. I think their defense is mid at best, and their offensive line is good right now because everybody's there. It's good enough now. they're really, I mentioned this when Joel was on here, they're really going to be tested because Philly's got one of the best fronts in football.
Yes.
They're going to be tested when they play Dallas because Dallas is one of the best fronts in football.
Right.
And we've already seen what happens when you have a formidable front against them because you remember what Buffalo did to them. Buffalo beat them up in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Again, it's not sunny Miami.
No,
you know
it
what
ain't.
I mean?
Nope.
It was again.
This is not South Beach.
Exactly. It's the conditions I mentioned, and that pass rush got home, and it made life rough for Tua. If they come out and if they blow the doors off of Philly, I'm gonna come on here next week. I'm gonna have a completely different tune. I'm like, Philly, yeah, Miami's like that. But if they lose the way I believe they're going to lose in a gritty, can't really move the ball the way they want to, kind of like last year when they played the 49ers last year. I don't know if you remember that game.
I do.
And it was the McDaniels reunion game.
Yes.
Brock Purdy ran circles around them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And yeah, Kyle, he's still like the system quarterback Hall of Famer. Like, don't get that twisted.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? He did whatever he wanted to, and that offensive line could not handle San Francisco and couldn't handle what was going on that side. And you started to kind of see the real Dolphins stood up. You know what I mean? So this game is big for me because it's going to let me know, okay, you're not in Miami. What you got? And it's the bright lights. And it's a big primetime game. And every playoff game is going to have the same vibe as this game right here. So what you got? I'm interested to see it. If it ends the way I think it's going to end, it's to your point. There's still the same Dolphins. They're the fantasy football darlings. But if they win, and even if they win in dramatic fashion, I'm going to look at them much differently.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Eagles because I can't stand the Dolphins. We're
on opposites there.
That's exactly what I was getting at. We're going to be at opposites. Yeah. You're going to be eating sushi, and I'm going to be eating bird. I gotta set my wrestling game up, man. I'm pretty lost when it comes to this stuff.
Listen, man, me and Steve, we got you. We got you, bro. We got you. Whatever you need, bro.
Yeah. But you know, also, I like, you know, we are doing a live stream right now. I would love to hear from the audience if there's any, you know, listeners out there.
Yeah,
know?
I mean, put your questions in the comments. We could check the chat real quick to see if anybody's popping.
Yeah, I got the chat up right now. Not anything right now, but you know, we're always willing to look for people that, you know, if you want to call in, you want to check in, we'll answer any of your questions. You guys want to be a part of the conversation, please, we welcome it.
Yes, for sure. You're checking right now? You see anything?
Yeah, I got it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. At the moment, I don't see any. We have some six. I mean, if you guys have, you know, anything that you want to ask us, feel free.
Yes. Bring them on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check real quick, too.
Sure. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for my clown of the week, man.
I can't either.
I'm just staring at it right now.
Oh man, you took mine. Shit, man.
Oh, really?
It's all good. You can take them.
Because I have a couple in the arsenal.
It's all good. Okay. I've got backups.
Okay, all right.
I always have them.
You got your Gardner Minshew's.
Yeah, yeah.
Little Tyrod Taylors.
Oh man.
Oh man, but so I gotta. I guess going back to the Jets and the Giants, though. I mean, you, what like, are you ready for predictions right now, or do you? Still
we can do predictions. I mean, we're almost an hour and a half in, so
yeah.
we can. Yeah, so let's get to predictions and then clown of the weeks and heroes and let's
do that. Yeah. All right, so I'll let you lead it off first with the predictions.
So Giants have they've got who they have again this week?
They have. That's a good question. Let's see. I'm such a hack right now. That's why I'm not even prepared right now.
You're good. It's the rain. It's the rain, dog.
The Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
The Commanders. Excuse me.
What a disaster.
Yeah. Don't ever get me started on that, bro.
The reason why neither of us knew it is one of those great 1 o'clock games that we all love so much. I've got the... It's hard, man, because I don't know who's quarterback. You see what I'm saying? For the Giants yet.
I didn't even know that the Giants had Cole Beasley. They just released him.
Yeah, he's just been chilling there, bro.
Yeah,
collecting a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the 2016 Cole, man. Him and Dak had some great rapport, bro. He was a problem with them routes too out of the slot.
He was a problem with Buffalo.
Yeah,
we had trouble containing him.
Yeah, man. He might go back to Buffalo. They might hit up Buffalo like, yo, what's up, big head?
I mean, would you take him back if he went to Dallas? he wanted to go?
I don't think he wants to come back.
Really?
I think he left on bad terms with the front office. Yeah, and plus he spoke out against COVID. And once you do that,
that's right.
Yeah, he spoke out against
I
COVID.
don't know. Texas, not to get political here, but Texas kind of like falls in line with his viewings, his leanings.
I mean, it's a big reason why Amari Cooper got shipped out. He kind of spoke out, and you can't really do that.
Now he's playing with your masseuse's favorite quarterback.
Yeah, that's a savage. I'm gonna get you a Watson jersey, dog.
I'm gonna get canceled one day.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
All right.
But no, I think Steve on the boards. I got the Giants by 3. I don't think they're gonna lose every game down the stretch.
And also Tyrod Taylor, I think he's playing.
If Tyrod, basically,
I don't think Danny's ready. I think he's still hurt.
My answer is contingent on who's quarterback. That's going to be for the rest of the year with Giant games.
I believe it's Tyrod.
If Tyrod plays, give me the Giants by 3 in a close, very, very poorly played game by both teams in the Jersey Meadowlands. So if Danny Penny plays, give me the Commanders by like 14.
You know what? I kind of want the Giants to win this one. I kind of want. I'm in lockstep with Joe Benigno here. I do want the Giants to win this one because I don't want them to lose to the Commanders and then afterwards be motivated to go against the Jets. Even though they are the home team, and that even if it was the Jets' home game, that stadium is going to be nothing but blue with just little shades of green in there and everything.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I want them to win this one, just so they can feel a little bit better about themselves and not have a chip on their shoulder when they go against the Jets.
Yeah.
So, but I honestly think that I do believe that Tyrod is going to play. I think he's going to have a bounce back after what happened last week in Buffalo. They should have won that game, honestly. So I'm going to, and the Commanders' defense is just terrible. It's one of the worst in the league. I don't think. So I'm going to say I'm actually going to have it a closer game. I actually think it's going to be. I'm going to go Giants, Commanders. I'm going to do Giants 17. And Commanders 15.
It's going to be a very unpleasant. First of all, there's no way I'm watching that game.
Oh, no. I don't even want to watch the highlights on YouTube.
You mean lowlights? Yeah.
Savage.
What else is in the 1 o'clock window? I'll watch Bills Patriots. I mean, I'll watch that just for you over on CBS. I'm not watching that. Fox, you can't force me to watch Giant football. Because
I know you don't care about baseball right now, but Rangers are taking a 4-2 lead over the Astros.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Oh, yes. Talking to a Jets fan here. Please believe it. I think the Bills, Bills are going to win that. I mean, there's no way that, I don't care if it's a Patriot home game. Bills is just way too good.
It's going to be close for a bit, and then the Bills are going to pull away. That's the formula every time they play each other right now with Josh Allen under center because they have no answer for him whatsoever. Bill can't defend him. He has no answer for Josh Allen whatsoever since he settled in.
Meanwhile, the Jets have Josh Allen's number.
Yeah, complete
they
opposite.
give him fits.
You would think that you would just call up Saleh in the offseason and be like, yo, can I get a couple of those? Because the coaches do that. They do that all the time. They're like, yo.
Please believe it.
Yeah, don't give us the stuff you use against us, but how you beat these guys? Like, all right, cool. Take these 5.
I actually think it's going to be a throttling, honestly, because, I mean, look, we saw what the Saints did. They spit the bit against the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, but look at the throttling that they gave the Patriots at home as well. So I think I'm not going to say it's a blowout, but it's not going to be a close game either. I will go Buffalo Bills. They're going to go 27-17.
Okay, well, it's still a double-digit win, and I think it's going to fall the same. No, you're saying we're both saying the same thing. It'll be close when it's 0-0.
Right. Whack Jones is going to do something like he's going to throw a pick six or something. Yeah.
Whack 100.
Whack 100.
It'll be a savage for that, bro.
Should we get merch for that?
Savage.
Whack 100.
Savage.
Dinesh gets the first one.
She'll get the first one. Hell yeah, she'll get the first one.
We also got the Giants. Oh, well, we already said the Giants and the Commanders. What a disaster. We also got the Falcons at the Buccaneers. That's a 1 o'clock game.
That 1 o'clock window. That's
brutal.
They got some barn burners there.
Yeah. What is that? Adam Archuleta vehicle?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think they're gonna have like Jonathan Vilma on the call, or who else? Greg.
Evan Washburn with his douchey haircut.
Oh my God. Greg Jennings will be on the call. Yeah, Greg Jennings will be on the call. Yeah, he's a
$30 haircut.
He's a clown of the week candidate as always. But no. So I got the Bucks they're at home. I got the Bucks at home. Baker plays better at home. And it'll be another dude. All these 1 o'clock games.
Baker against Desmond Ritter. I mean, come on.
We don't deserve that.
No,
but that's gonna be. Is that a Thursday game?
Little Al Michaels vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, little Kirk.
Here we go.
Kirk Street Al Michaels special right there.
Oh my God.
But I got,
what are you talking about, man?
I got the Bucks by like 7.
Yeah, I think they'll do that too. Yeah, I think the Bucks will pull it out. I'm gonna say. I'm going to say 10-7. I think this is going to be a terrible game. I really believe it. I think that Desmond Ritter is going to do like 2 interceptions or something like that.
It's not going to be fun to watch.
No.
And I'm not watching it.
Thank God the Jets have a bye week.
Yeah.
I also have the Lions at the Ravens.
I got the Ravens winning this one.
Yeah. I mean, no. I think I'm going for Detroit in this one, honestly.
See, if it was in Detroit, 1,000% Detroit.
I don't know. This just Baltimore feels so weird this year. I can't figure them out. Lamar doesn't look like the Lamar from before. OBJ is washed.
Super washed.
Yeah. I don't know any other offensive weapons that are of value right now. The only thing that I'll give Baltimore over Detroit is the coaching. I mean, John Harbaugh is easily one of the best coaches in the league still to this day. I think that Dan Campbell is really good, but I think that John Harbaugh can run circles around him. I don't know. I just think that, Detroit's got Aiden Hutchinson. They got Amon-Ra. I can't think of his name right now.
He's St. Brown.
There you go. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, I'm starving right now. I'm thinking about ramen right now.
Top ramen?
Yeah, top ramen.
St. Brown?
It is a recession. Anyway. I'm actually going to go with the Lions here. I think the Lions are going to do, I'm going to say 20-12.
I say 24-20. Ravens. I think again they're coming. I think the Ravens are coming off a loss, or did they win last week?
No, they won.
Yeah, but they're at home. They're at home. I like the way they play at home, and they don't. Zay Flowers is playing well.
Yeah, okay, I'll give him that.
Their guys are dropping the ball a lot, man. If they have the drop C's again this week, get me Detroit. I just think at home. I think the Ravens they're going to be good enough to get in as a wild card. I still think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to win the division. I still believe that, and I think this is set up. The Lions are going to have some letdowns in their season. They're not going to go 15-2. You know what I mean? They're going to have a lot of Detroit Lion moments. They only had one so far against the Seahawks, the game they should have won. They should be undefeated right now, but they're due for some Detroit Lion foolishness, and this is prime for them in a 1 o'clock window with the whole world not watching.
Oh my God, they just give the gift that keeps on giving on these 1 o'clocks. Another sexy game, Raiders versus Bears. Oh my God! 2 coaches on the hot seat. Oh my God! Who's gonna get to the hot seat faster?
It's the Caleb Williams Bowl.
Oh yeah! Shout out to USC. Oh man, this. I mean, I don't know why, and I'm not an arbiter for this. I don't like doing this kind of thing, but I feel like the Raiders have a slighter advantage over the Bears. Well, and this is the type, and this is the type of game where Matt Eberflus's time is just it's winding down right now.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy G's not playing. He's still that.
Brian Hoyer is going to be playing.
Brian Hoyer's playing. That back is probably a lot worse than a lot of people thought it was. Mm-hmm. So I don't know when he's going to come back. Don't be shocked if he goes on short-term IR or long-term IR. Because backs are the back and neck.
They're tricky.
Are the worst injuries to have as a pro football player because that connects to everything.
Yeah.
So I'm saying so. The Bears that are at home, Brian Hoyer's. Give me a trash real quick. I can't even believe dude's still in the league for real.
That's just Patriots residency.
Yeah,
Josh
McDaniels. Hoyer, mind you, I think he's got 2 Super Bowls, which is crazy. But Hoyer's trash.
What does that mean? Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Jeff Hostetler has a Super Bowl.
Brad Johnson has a Super Bowl.
No, God!
Anthony Wright has a Super Bowl in the Giants. David Carr's got a Super Bowl.
David Carr's got a Super Bowl.
Savage.
Oh my God.
Who's he playing for?
LaMichael Pirine has a Super Bowl.
Oh my God, yeah, he does.
Yeah, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my God.
They just be giving those joints out.
Oh my God.
Oh, but no, with this game, man, sheesh, dog. I think sheesh. The Raiders should win it. I don't know who. Yeah, I guess the Raiders. It's not gonna be fun because the Raiders' defense has actually been playing really well this year. Yeah. They've been carrying. Max Crosby is having another Pro Bowl season. So, the Bears want Caleb Williams. They can't come out and say it. Yeah. But that's what they want to do.
And they can't contain Hunter Renfrow either.
No. Even though he's going to be traded.
He is. But for the moment, he's still in Vegas.
Yeah. So I got the Raiders.
I got the Raiders. I'm gonna say 20-10.
Yeah, the Bears aren't going to score much. No. I say 24-10.
Yeah, they'll be lucky to get a safety and 3 field goals.
I just need Devontae in fantasy because I'm trying to keep my championship and he's killing me.
All right. Not a sexy game, but it's maybe some highlight worthy. I have here the Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Hawks by a lot. Mm-hmm. Dobbs is beginning to show why he's a journeyman right now.
Yeah,
he had
It wasn't sustainable.
It wasn't. He had a passer rating over 100 against not just the Cowboys, but he also had one against the 49ers too.
Yes,
which is ridiculous.
Wow.
Just to say that out loud is ridiculous.
You don't know what kind of Arizona Cardinals team you're getting each week.
Right. And Connor, a big reason why they've also fallen off. Connor's not there anymore. He messed up his knee. He's on the IR right now.
Yeah.
And they go as he go. They don't go as the quarterback goes. Like when Connor is catching the ball in the backfield, running with physicality, they can hurt people. You know, what I mean, they can do damage. But he's not in there right now. Give me the Seahawks by 10. I say they win that 20-10 or 30-14.
I'm gonna say Seahawks also. I think it's gonna be 21-14.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, we got the Steelers at the Rams.
Well, the Steelers are going to take over that stadium.
Oh, yes. So there's going to be a lot of terrible towels in that place. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 80-20 Steeler fans at SoFi.
Feels like when they come into MetLife playing the Jets.
Yeah, Matt Stafford's going to throw a pick. That's kind of his thing to do.
I think he's going to throw a pick and fumble.
Yeah. Oh, man. TJ Watt he wants to win another Defensive Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. He's been unblockable.
Is Fitzpatrick still hurt?
I think so. Yeah. I got to double check that, but I believe so. But as long as Watt and Highsmith are at the bookends, Steelers are going to give you problems. Kenny Pickett's not it, bro.
No,
but listen,
bad, you ain't nothing.
As the kids say, he ain't him.
He's definitely not him.
No.
I got the Steelers by 3.
Yeah, I got the Steelers by 3 as well. I think I'm gonna go 17-14.
I'll go 20-17.
Yeah, I think that Mike Tomlin will find a way to outcoach Sean McVay.
Of course. Shouldn't be hard.
Yeah. This is the easiest level of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
So interesting. This should be a high-powered game, even though the coaching is going to be abysmal and the other one's going to be stellar. You got the Chargers at the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift will be at that game too.
This will be a Swiftie game. Give me Chiefs by. Every time he plays it, I'll lose it. Chiefs. Give me Chiefs by 14. Give me Chiefs by 14. It's a divisional game, I know.
Yes,
but
it is.
The Chargers have the 32nd ranked pass defense. A big reason why Cooks and Lamb had a field day against their secondary. Their secondary is really bad. Mm-hmm. And when Mack and Bosa can't get home, it's a horror show in the back end, even with Derwin James.
I think this is going to be a throttling. I'm going to go 30-14.
Yeah. Kellen Less isn't going to do much either. So, yeah, let's keep it moving.
Oh, my God, another disaster we got. We got the Packers at the Broncos.
There will be turnovers.
Yes, there will.
From both sides.
This is going to be a straight defensive game through and through.
Yeah, I think I've got the Packers defense in one of my leagues just for this game because the Cowboys are on bye week, obviously. So I think I'm going to go with the Packers. It's not going to be fun.
No.
I'm definitely not watching this one either.
No.
I might take a nap during this window, actually. No, I'll watch the Chiefs game because I got Mahomes in one of my leagues.
Yeah.
I got the Packers by 4, 24-20.
I'm gonna say the Packers 15-10.
Russ is bad, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Bro, Russ is
Stop doing Subway commercials, please.
Yeah, please.
All right, so actually, this is getting an interesting game. Sunday Night Football, Dolphins at the Eagles.
We picked this last week.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that one. Though.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, and then we got Monday Night Football. We got the 49ers at the Vikings.
I would love for the Vikings to win this game, but Justin Jefferson is not playing.
No, he is not.
And that changes everything. I think the 49ers could rest freaking Debo and McCaffrey and Trent Williams. They could rest some of their guys. It's funny. I saw this. Saw somebody tweet this out. They were just like, Brock Purdy looks trash like I knew he'd look trash when he's not surrounded by the Avengers. And I'm just like, well, there you have it. Where's that sitcom music?
Savage.
That sitcom music. That's Brock Purdy without his freaking Avengers volume. Let's. The Vikings, they're playing for Caleb Williams too. So give me the 49ers. It'll be close for a while.
Yeah.
And San Fran will pull away because Kirk Cousins is going to turn the ball over. And Jefferson, I would love for Jefferson to play in this game, man. I would, because
it would have been a high, like him and Samuel.
There we
It definitely would have been a high powered,
Yeah, because again, the 49ers, listen, they've got a dominant defense, but they give up a lot of yards, a lot. And Amari Cooper was unstoppable against that secondary. They play a lot of press man, like I mentioned to you in past episodes.
Yeah.
And Cooper's like, really? Like, juju. You know what I'm saying? Go watch the highlight film of Amari Cooper against that secondary last week. Mind you, with PJ Walker at quarterback, Mr. XFL himself. Like, it was he was putting these dudes on skates, and Justin Jefferson was going to do the same thing had he been healthy. You know what I mean? Because every top Puka for the Rams had damn near 200 yards against this 49er vaunted defense and whatnot. Like, against good receivers, this defense struggles.
Yeah,
they do. So, but he's not playing. So give me the 49ers by like 14. They're gonna make Purdy look like Joe Montana again, and he's not. I'm sorry, he's not. I don't believe it. I don't know how you feel about him, but I think he's the Hall of Fame system quarterback. He's thriving off of great players around him. And don't get twisted. Get your numbers, get your money. He's gonna get paid, but bro, you'll see when guys get hurt or guys aren't there.
Yep.
I can't say with a straight face. When he's missing guys.
And let's not forget that Kirk Cousins has not done well in primetime games either.
That too. But every time Purdy has a bad game, I'm gonna start texting you, bro. I'm just like, yo, stop me when I'm telling lies. I'm gonna get that CM Punk drop for you, dog. I got it already queued up. I didn't cut it up yet, but stop me when I'm telling lies that has Brock Purdy written all over it. And I got it for Jalen Hurts too. I'm gonna send that to Joel.
I got the 49ers. I think it's gonna be 21-14. I think it'll be a one touchdown game.
You think it's gonna be a closer game?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think they're both gonna score. It's gonna be tied in the third quarter, and then afterwards they're not gonna be doing much of anything until the last 2 minutes, and then that's when 49ers will put an ice on it.
Yeah, true. Okay,
yeah, that's the way I look at it. All
right, let's get these clown of weeks.
Yeah,
and let's wrap it on.
Cue the music.
Play the music. It's about that time.
Hey.
Yeah,
let me get a Don Lemon too.
Let me get a CM Punk. Let me get a soft pipe bomb real quick. Yeah, so my clown of the week. Can I get 2 pipe bombs real quick and a yeah?
Pipe bomb.
Bench is clear at ALCS. Yeah, big whoop.
Big whoop. Is it softball? You talking about softball? Oh man, my clown of the week. My clown of the week. A lot of healthy candidates this week. So if anybody watches, where's my camera? So first things first, Nick Wright has been doing God's work this year. He has, and he's been a frequent member at the Clown of the Week residency. He's had a residency in Vegas for quite some time now, but he's not my Clown of the Week this week.
Oh, okay.
He's not. I don't care if he grew his hair out and looks like freaking John Stamos right now. I don't care. And it's not Chris Broussard, but trust me, Chris, your time is coming. Your time is coming.
Just whip out the entire full sports lineup.
Yeah. They'll all gradually make their way there. But my clown of the week is Mr. Wilds. Mr. Wilds on your first name's irrelevant. Mr. Wilds on First Things First. This guy, this bozo, all right, this bozo, he said that I hope the Eagles crush the Cowboys because Michael Parsons came out and basically said what we always say on this show, that the fake take, hot take clown shows, wrestling promo shows, they hold the Cowboys to an unachievable standard. But the second that they win, they turn around and say that, well, Dak had a good game, but the defense had a good game. Or Joy Taylor, a past member of the clown show. Yeah, the Cowboys are only as good as their defense. Even though Dak Prescott just, had a great fourth quarter and, led him to a game-winning drive. That's irrelevant. So Wild said that. Mind you, he's a Patriot fan. So he's probably a little salty that the Cowboys beat the brakes off the freaking Patriots 38-3, something like that.
I just threw up in my mouth when you said that.
Yeah. So Mr. Wilds, you're a clown. You're a bozo. You're gonna take this red nose. You're gonna take this green hair. You're gonna take the big red shoes. You're a clown. You're always gonna be a clown. And diamonds are forever, and so are clowns.
Oh,
You are stupid.
all right. Well, it kind of got spoiled with you a little while ago.
It's all good,
but it's all good.
They don't know.
But you know what? Where's my camera?
Shannon.
As U-Goboy would say, where's my camera?
Watching a master.
All right, so this has been a clown in my arsenal for quite some time, way before I even thought about being a podcaster.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's get the green jacket out. The green jacket and the purple makeup and everything. The purple jacket and the clown makeup. That's how we do the Hall of Famers here. They get the purple jackets. So I knew that this guy was a clown for so long, but I knew that it was a Hall of Fame moment when he said, Jet fans are dopes. They don't know what they're talking about. Adam Gase is a really good head coach. You got Adam Gase as a head coach. You got Greg Williams as defensive coordinator and Sam Darnold's your quarterback. How can I get tickets to the AFC Championship game? Ladies and gentlemen, my clown of the week, Colin Cowherd.
You mean Clownherd?
Or Coward. Or Coward, I should say.
Yeah.
AKA Bill Belichick's toxic ex-girlfriend. Oh my God, I cannot stand this guy. From the way his hot takes to the way he says always, I cannot stand Colin Cowherd and his takes and his stupidity. And then one example of recency is when he goes, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson feel like a dead end. When not that long ago early in the season, where he goes, they're the easiest bet in the NFL to double their win total. And when he was trying to explain why Sean Payton's impact will be felt immediately in Denver. Let me tell you something, Colin. Your takes are like this water bottle. Hollow, toxic, and about to be banned. Thank you.
Give me 5 pipe bombs! Play them! Good stuff, bro.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, bro. End it.
Yeah. And before we go, though, I think we got to do a hero of the week.
Yeah, we got to do our hero of the week, and then we'll bring
All right, so I'll let you go first with your hero of the week.
My hero of the week is...
Can we get some chariots of fire, please, when you get a chance, Steve? Thank you very much.
My hero of the week, Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore, come on down. Game sealing interception, and then he went over to the camera and told him, "I'm still here. He's a future Hall of Famer. One of the best quarterbacks in the last few years. Former Defensive Player of the Year with your beloved Patriots." And I said this when we acquired him in the offseason. Unfortunately, Diggs went down, but having him added to our secondary, and I really believe Dallas needs to trade for another corner at the trade deadline. But he allows guys like Micah, who's having another All-Pro season, and DeMarcus Lawrence, and the guys up front, and Dante Fowler, and all those boys. He makes the job a little bit easier because you got a guy in the back end he's gonna do his job. He's gonna be where he's supposed to be, and Micah had a big sack to play before, and then game on the line. And as soon as he got that pick, I put the fist up like I was freaking The Undertaker, and I was like, yeah, woo! Big win going to the bye week, and we're gonna need him because when we play When we play if we do play San Fran again, when we play Philly twice, when we play Detroit, when we play the freaking Seahawks with Tyler Lockett, when we play and DK Metcalf, when we play the top tier teams in the NFC, we're gonna need a guy who knows what he's doing on the back end. And him and Bland, I love what they're doing in Trey Diggs' absence, but. Dude, appreciate you, Diggs. You're a future. Gilmore, future Hall of Famer. You helped us get that win, baby.
I love that, man. That's awesome. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. My hero of the week is Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell. And the reason I say that is because not only do I alluded to earlier about him being a coach that I would run through a brick wall for, but I also think that you could add class act to this because for anybody that's not aware, one of the reporters, I think for the Detroit Lions, asked questions to Dan Campbell about covering Lamar Jackson, and the unfortunate news about let me get his name right here, Bernie Smivelitz, I think that's his name, who his wife unfortunately tragically passed away very recently. So he asked Dan Campbell a question about Lamar Jackson, and he answered the question. And then after a brief pause, Campbell looked at him once again. He said, "My heart goes out to you, man. God bless you." So I think that you could add him as a coach that you want to run through a brick wall for, but I think he also shows some class, and I want to give him a shout out for that, for acknowledging something that is very heartfelt, warming, and it was just all class. I love the gesture for Dan Campbell. So my hero of the week goes out to Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions.
Before we bring it on home is Kevin Wilds. I looked him up. Kevin Wilds. And you guys can't see his,
oh my God.
You guys can't see his face at home. You guys can't see his face at home, but ladies and gentlemen,
I don't want to see his face.
This is a clown. This is a clown. He's always going to be a clown. Even Steve acknowledges this guy's a clown. So, Kev, you're a clown.
I'm going to spare you, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to spare you the looks on Colin Cowherd right now. So
nah, they know how that guy looks like.
Yeah.
Just look up Krusty the Clown on to The Simpsons. He'll come out. But let's bring it on home. Let's bring it on home.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching another edition of Yo BTV Sports. We love you. Live from Bravery Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. Shout out to Marv. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Ugo. Shout out to me, Jason Enrique. You can find me at Jason Enrique _ on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, all social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube by Jason Enrique. And also check out First Class, Second Place Podcast, all streaming wherever you find your podcasts.
All right, U-Goboy 88. That's on everything. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, of course, as well as U-Goboy Media. U-Goboy Media for the podcast. U-Goboy 88. We got a new music video on the way, Captain Planet, with the Hip Hop Advocates.
Yes.
Shout out to A1 Vision. Shout out to I Might Snap. New music on the way. New episodes on the way. Me and Ugo will be back with some more sports talk. We got crossover episodes on the way with my brother right here. A lot of content. A lot of content coming your way in the coming months, baby.
We professionals, baby. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Yeah, and big shout out too before we go home. My co-host is a star. My co-host is a star. The Night season 3 premiere in a couple weeks. I'll be there. Of course, you'll be there. I'll be at the 9 o'clock show.
Yep.
Can't wait, bro.
Steve, I can't wait to see your face on the screen as well. Yep.
Yahtzee. That's some good stuff, bro.
Can we get Bravery up real quick? Shout out to everybody at Bravery Studios. We're doing our thing right now. Humbly speaking.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Herb Edwards, you played to win the game. Yo, BTV Sports, we are out.
Peace.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say who's on the beat, cause you should know that by now. Check it, hey yo, music's on my mind, love my 59, 50, I ain't lying. Check it, yo, this ain't a fitted song, this a get